Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Agents in the Trenches, the real life struggles of agents in this new market. Today, we're going to have an amazing conversation because this is the real deal. This is the low down truth, the real raw realities of what's happening to agents in the trenches, those agents that are pushing through, those agents that are out there, nose to nose, face to face, belly to belly with customers. So we are going to start sharing because we've got a lot of people that say, remind us because we want to listen in. People are watching this. And so welcome, welcome, welcome to Agents in the Trenches. I'm super excited to be here with my running partner. Introduce yourself, girl. You're becoming a celebrity.
I know. Look at that. Look at me doing big things. My
Tell the
name is
world who you are.
Yes, my name is Dali Miranda. Of course, I'm the lead agent here at Q International. Been in the trenches this year's gonna make year two, and it's been a wild ride. But I'm so lucky, so blessed to be aligned with you, Lucy. You have carried me along the way
Well, I
through my
told you
ups
from
and
the day
downs.
I met you that you reminded me of me, you know.
And what's crazy about that though, I didn't believe it. I was like, she's just saying that. I'm like, she's just saying that, and it wasn't until we did that test. Do you remember that culture index test? The test that
Yes.
we did.
Tell everybody a little bit about that as our friends are joining on and sharing. Everybody that's joining on, welcome to Agents in the Trenches. Go ahead and share this with all your colleagues, your friend, your office, your broker, your team leader, everybody that you know in the industry, because this is exactly what we're going to talk about is what's happening out there. But tell everyone a little bit about that story.
Yeah, so we did a culture index. What is a culture index test? So it
Yeah.
shows you how you are in your natural state and then how you are at work. And so I did it. We both did it. And Patricia Cintron was the one that went through the test with us and broke it down and showed us what the results look like. And what's crazy is that she put our tests next to each other, and the way I am at work is the way you are naturally. So that's what you saw. And I was like, Lucy has always said that she reminded, I reminded her of, or I reminded you of yourself in the
Myself.
earlier
Yes.
age. And I was like, no way. That's so crazy. Here is a test to show that that's actually accurate. So
Yes.
that
So
was
when I met you and we started working together, we had a lot of agents at Q International because here's one of the biggest problems, guys, is we tend to fall back into our patterns. And after being with my own Century 21 company for 20 years and running it in a very traditional way, I transitioned over to a more futuristic, more, scalable, freedom built, diversified real estate platform to help me scale and grow, right? Nationally, internationally, and locally. And then I realized that I ended up back in the same place, you know, just carrying the weight of Q International. And, life kicked in. And that's when I had to really come face to face with myself and my past and my future. And, I was laid up in bed at the hospital in solitary confinement for 15 days. Um, Battling COVID. And that's when I realized I'm like, wait, hold on. I repeated what I was accustomed to. And then that's when I came back and I just made a selection of a few people that I felt I wanted to see if we could align to be part of Q International. And you know what? Q International for everyone, and we're not here to talk about Q International, but just so you understand, because obviously people know that I am still a real estate broker and now CEO. It's a launching pad, and that's why Talia is the lead agent for Q International. And I want everyone to understand a little bit about how this whole dynamic works. So, Talia, when you found out that I was telling you what I was telling you, that you reminded me of me, and why did you remind me of me? Because I've seen your desire and your willingness to push through. When someone has the will and the desire to push through, they don't make excuses. They find reasons to hang in there. And it's not easy. It's not easy. And so, guys, today, as we are sharing this, we're going to tell you a real life story that took place today. And I want Talia to lead that in her own organic way, because we're not here to, bring you the rah rah of real estate wins. I think we learn more from other people's struggles, right? We learn more from other people's stories. We learn more from other people's experiences. Now, I'm not saying don't do the bragging rights and the rah rah, but agents in the trenches, the real life struggles of agents in today's new market is exactly what we're going to talk about. So kick it off, Talia. Tell us a little bit about what happened today when you and I connected earlier.
Yeah. So first I want to say if you're watching this live, put hashtag live. If you're watching this on a replay, put hashtag replay. This helps us determine when people are tuning in so we can interact. But today, oh my goodness. So this morning I was faced with an obstacle that I've never faced before. And I'll tell you, like, this was something. I mean, I really broke my head over. I'm like trying to figure out what to do. So I tried, I'm not gonna lie, and I tried to find the solution on my own. So I went, I kind of diagnosed. I did diagnostics. I tried to, see where I can find this thing, what I was looking for, and everything. Long story short, I mean, I hit so many walls. I was hitting walls, and I'm like, oh no. So then that's when my stress levels started to rise because now I'm like, I'm like, oh, nothing's working. I don't know what to do. I'm stressed at this point to the point where my chest was hurting. I shit.
Go on, girl. Be real.
You know,
You are crapping in your pants.
I was, and I didn't even tell you this, but I was in my home office because again, like I needed to go in there and try to figure it out, and I laid down on the floor. I'm like, let me take a moment.
Wow, it was that bad.
It was that bad, seriously. I mean, I really like
So
it was.
could you imagine? So let's make a little parentheses here, and we've got a couple of people watching, and could you imagine how many thousands of agents, hundreds of agents, I would say thousands, but let's just say hundreds of agents go through these experiences, because this is the real raw truth in the trenches. You confront problems, you confront issues, you confront situations, you try to resolve it. You did the right thing. You said, let me diagnose this problem, let me research it, let me see what I can do. But tell us again the feelings that you were going through, to the point that now you're saying you laid on the floor.
I laid on the floor. I'm like, I need to regulate my emotions because I did feel like a heavy sense of not only stress but anxiety. I was like,
Wow.
because the type of person that I am, right? I mean, I'm usually very on point when it comes to
And you
this.
are.
Yeah, when it came to this situation. So I'm like, how did I let this slide? Like, how did this happen? So here I am, like back in time to when all of this started, and I'm like really trying to just imagine like what was going on in that moment that I let this slide. And so that didn't help. It didn't help at all. If anything, it made it worse because I'm like, what the heck?
And now
So
you're beating yourself up, right?
yeah,
So check this out. You're going through a problem, and now you're beating yourself up because this is not supposed to be happening.
yeah,
And you just said something very powerful. You said you diagnosed it, you started doing your research, but you kept hitting walls. That is where people just totally lose it. Oops, my phone fell again. That's my phone. You started hitting walls. Okay, fast forward. What happened? The phone rings, ring, ring. It's what? Lucy, because we're
so
working on
you
other stuff. So tell us
yeah,
what
so
happened.
you called, and here I am, probably like 2 hours deep into this into this dark hole that I was facing. So I'm already at the point. I mean, I got I got up from the floor, and I'm like, okay, Lucy's calling, and you already, you told me we were talking, kind of debriefing on a couple of other things that we're working on, and then you asked me like, are you okay? Because you heard my voice, like you heard that I was already low, and that's usually how I don't answer the phone that way usually unless something's wrong. So that was powerful. So I'm like, when you ask me, are you okay? I'm like, took a deep breath,
Yeah,
you know.
you took like the biggest sigh, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? And
I
then
don't.
what
I wonder what you were thinking at that moment.
I'm like, you know what I thought? I said, okay, maybe she's stressed because, I mean, I know you have a lot on your plate. We're pushing hard to finish our first 90-day run strong. We've started Agents in the Trenches to bring this message to all our real estate colleagues, team leaders, agents out there, that we have a solution to push through and come out at the other end. And but that's caused us to have to work like nonstop, Monday to Mondays, endless hours, because there's the hours when we are working, and then there's the hours when we're thinking, and then there's the hours when we're planning, and then there's the hours when we're brainstorming. I mean, but we're sprinting because we want to come out on the other end, and then we're getting out there and hitting the trenches and looking for off-market properties and promoting and open houses. So I thought, okay, maybe she's under pressure. This is too much, because now I was calling you about our affiliate partners that we're going to start introducing this week for what's coming, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, let me not assume, let me ask her, right? I've learned to ask good questions. And
Yes.
so you said, I've got a situation. And you
Yeah.
explained the situation. You explained the situation to me. And after I heard everything, I'm like, well, first of all, this is not you. This is unlike you, but crap happens, right? And what was that $1 million question I asked you?
You asked me what's the solution.
That's it. Because guys, when you are in the trenches and you're confronted with a problem that you can't find a way out, you have to ask yourself the $1 million question. So I want somebody to write it in the chat if you're watching here with us. What's the solution? Ask yourself, what's the solution? Because everything has a solution, you know. So you told me what the solution was, and then what happened? I say, here's what you're
So
gonna do.
yes, then you told me here's what you're gonna do, and I'm like, I think I inhaled some more because I'm like, okay, she's gonna help me. She's gonna help me come on the other side of this,
Right.
help me. So yeah, so you kind of broke down what I should do, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go do it. And I went, I did it, and I called you back, and you're like, well, you sound better.
I know, you call me back. I'm like, go do this. This is what you got to do. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. And then, but you know what? Here's the thing. Our mind is our enemy. Guys, write it in the chat. If you're watching this live, put hashtag live. If you're watching it on replay, put hashtag replay. But write in the comments, our mind is our enemy, because as soon as I gave you the solution, you came back to me and you said, what if?
Oh yes, I
What
did.
if? And I'm like, hold on. Why? What's causing you to think that? And you were like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, I asked you two other questions. I'm like, well, this, no, that, no. Then what are you basing this on? And you were like, I don't know. And that's where we have to realize that our mind is really our enemy. It's gonna put thoughts in our brain that don't make any sense, right? Don't make any sense, but it's gonna trick us. So long story short, what was the powerful thing that we found there in a 10-minute conversation? A solution, 1, 2, 3. This is what you do. This is how you do it. This is what you're going to say. Go do it. Let me know. What could you say to those agents out there that are listening right now or listening later on replay, that you found was a real power behind what we're doing?
I mean, it's priceless to have a mentor, right? It's priceless to have a mentor because in that moment, if I didn't have you, I mean, I was already in that deep hole. I mean, who knows what could have happened? Maybe I would have thrown in the towel, and that could have cost me, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars of just throwing in that towel because I really genuinely thought I was going through the solutions in my head, right? When I was diagnosing it and everything, like, this is okay. Let me figure it out. Let me figure it out. Couldn't figure it out. So
So the power of
yeah,
mentorship, guys, it's priceless.
priceless.
So, today we're talking about life real situations. If you just joined us, welcome, welcome, welcome. We got 15 more minutes to tell you exactly why we're bringing agents in the trenches, the real life struggles of agents in this new market. We just went over a real life story that Talia confronted today. And in less than 15 minutes, because I'm her mentor and her coach, right? And it's different. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, a trainer, a mentor, and a coach is not the same. I know there's a lot of people out there that are just throwing the titles around because they, it all depends on which one they like the best, but they're not the same. And I can literally tell you exactly what the differences are. That's why, I paid thousands of dollars to get certified by people that have been helping people at the coaching level, at the, high performance coaching level through success coaching, right? Because I wanted to make sure that I was going to bring absolutely the best. Now, why do I call myself a coach? Because a coach is the one that's going to show you the how to's, going to support you when you are down and out, and is going to lead you in the way through navigating through uncharted waters. Is going to bring you it's going to a coach brings you up for air, you know, and gives you the how to. The how to. Here's what you're going to do: 1, 2, 3, ABC. Because why? Because I've been there. I've been coaching agents since 2016. I started training agents in 2012. Started mentoring in 2013. Started coaching in 2016. I mean, my trajectory has not been overnight. I always ask myself, how come everything in my life takes me longer than I expect? But at the end of the day, I realize that it gives me that much more experience. So, Talia right now is a lead agent, and she's a certified mentor as well. So, what are we talking about today? What is that? The first episode we talk about lead generating, going from lead receiving to being a lead generator, because guys, the leads are shutting down. The lead providers, the brokers, the team leaders are starting to, shut the valve on giving out leads. Why? Because right now it's costing thousands of dollars to generate leads through paid platforms. And if agents don't have the skill sets and the mindset to, convert those leads, they're like, wait, hold on, I'm not going to give you, leads if you're not converting them. And let me tell you what one of the high level lead providers is expecting. They're expecting a 50% lead conversion. What do you think about that, Talia?
It's high. And if you're not doing it, they're kicking you out.
They're kicking you out. So they're expecting 50%. I'm like, oh my gosh, you need a lot of skills for that. Then we talked about, okay, now you got to go from lead receiving to lead generating. And there's a lot of different things that have to go into that play. Then we talked about lead incubating. A lead is a seed. We talked about that in our second episode. A lead is a seed, and people think that, oh, those leads aren't good. The biggest complaint that realtors have is, the leads my broker's giving me is no good. The leads that I'm getting from so and so is no good. The leads are no good. Guys, leads are seeds. And you called it the best, Alia. It's a summer of what?
Skill set.
It's a summer of skill sets. If you don't know how to lead incubate, if you don't know how to lead cultivate, then your leads are no good, because you don't know what to do with them. That's the bottom line truth. And I'm telling you this out of love, because I want to bring a solution to the marketplace. But guess what? Even after you learn how to lead generate, and even after you learn how to lead incubate and lead cultivate, so that you can convert, guys, it's incubate, cultivate, and convert. Somebody write that down: incubate, cultivate, and convert. People are saying leads are no good because they think it's just give me the lead and I'm going to end up under contract in 24 hours. It's lead incubate, lead cultivate, and lead convert. Now, are brokers teaching this? I don't think so. Are team leaders teaching this? Maybe. I don't know. But there's more independent agents out there that are not part of a team, and that are, not having the trainings that they need to have from their brokers. So you got to learn these skill sets: incubate, cultivate, and convert. That's the way, listen, that is the way it works. But guess what? Talia, tell us where do we find the fortune?
The fortune is in the follow up. And we've learned that it takes about 36 touches to convert a lead.
Somebody
And
write it down: 36 touches. Oh, we got Southwest Florida Real Estate and Business Academy here. Thank you. Yes.
hello.
We got our tribe joining on. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and write it in the chat for everyone to see. The fortune is in the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. Hey, my friend Marissa, how you doing? The fortune is in the follow up. And this is where the rubber meets the road. Agents don't know that a lead is a seed. They don't know how to incubate. They don't know how to cultivate. And they'll never get to converting unless they know how to incubate and cultivate. And I don't care if you're in real estate. I don't care if you're selling lollipops. I don't care if you're selling shoes. It's all the same thing. We are in the human resource business. We need to be in front of other humans that are ready, willing, and able to, utilize us, our service, and our product, and that we could bring the solution. Real estate agents, my friends out there that are in the real estate business, you guys are, our breath stinks sometimes. It smells like a salesman. It smells like a cheap car, used car salesman, because we're like jumping into the arena talking about, selling somebody when they don't even like us, they don't know us, and they don't trust us. If they don't like you, they don't know you, and they don't trust you, I mean, you're smelling like, ooh, hold on. Yeah, commission bread. There you go. Commission bread. So tell us more about the fortune is in the follow-up, because we've got real deal life stories that we have studied for the last 12 months, Talia and I, that we are going to be unpacking, and she's going to tell us what we're going to be doing next. So kick it off, Tali.
I mean, yeah, I believe one of the biggest struggles is that, and I felt this myself. I can say from experience is that when I heard you say that, the fortune is in a follow up, we need to follow up, we need to be in front of these people, we need to be setting appointments. I mean, again, I'm very analytical, right? I'm an analytical person, so I start thinking, and I'm like, and if anybody feels me, I mean, like put down below. You overthink sometimes, like. So I was like, okay, I follow up. What do I say? Like, what I deposit value? What kind of value? So that was one of my biggest things was, kind of figuring out how to keep the conversation going, because essentially that's what you have to do. You do have to keep the conversations going. Otherwise, you're going to lose the deal. I mean, we saw in the past 12 months, these leads that came in, and, either weeks or days later, they listed with another person because the person dropped the ball.
Yes.
So, and
And we
that's
even
painful.
saw it. We even saw it when one of our agents, because again, on my real estate platform, I've decided to make it a launching pad. So I'm not looking for people to, stay forever. That's traditional real estate mindset and concepts. I position myself to be a launching pad in my real estate arena. But what we are doing is bringing through the Southwest Florida Real Estate and Business Academy. I told Talia 2 weeks ago, I said, I'm ready for the real deal vision of why I, you know, opened up Southwest Florida Real Estate and Business Academy. And it's not to get people licensed in real estate. That's just kind of like the byproduct, because obviously as a licensed state instructor, that's kind of like the basics of what my academy can do. But the real vision that I had from day one was to bring to my real estate agent market the training, the mentorship, and the coaching for high performance, so that real estate agents don't have to be out there closing 5 deals a year, making Walmart money. Somebody write in the comments, Walmart money. No, man, you guys got to be breaking 6 figures. You guys have to be, in your first year, you need to be doing 1 closing per month. But it's going to take skills, and it's going to take skills right now more than ever, because in this market, A, the consumer is so savvy. B, you're competing against 7,000 other real estate agents out there that are waiting to catch a deal, right? And C, you need to know how to outperform your competition. Like, you need to walk in like an MMA player. Don't take no for an answer. So we are showcasing the most powerful, the most, power packed mastermind. And this is going to be starting in April. And we are just, breaking it down with 12 money making series. Let me tell you, you have not experienced, when I tell you you have not experienced anything like this is not your mom and pop Let's sit in the conference room with my broker and have a training session. This is going to be intentional, on point, full fire, full power, breaking it down, MMA style, hands on, interactive experience of masterminds. And that's what I'm unpacking. And so, Dalia, tell everybody what we're going to be, when are we going to be doing this? And we
Yeah,
need to
so
put the link in the comments. We need to, so I'll let you put the, I'm going to let Talia, as soon as she's done speaking, and I'll take it from there, to put her link in the comments, because if you're in real estate and if you're in business, let me tell you, I don't care what you sell. I can guarantee you that what I show people to do works even if you're selling snails. If you sell snails, you need the skill sets of a snail seller. I don't care what you sell. But of course, we're in the real estate arena. So tell us, Talia, what we're bringing and how we're unpacking this for our whole Southwest Florida real estate community.
So we're launching our very first Agent Productivity Mastermind April 4th. It's going to be held at the Southwest Florida Real Estate and Business Academy from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So we're going to go over the topics. We're going to have a little meet and greet. We're going to have some hands-on, some Q&As. So you have, you understand the material and the things that, there's going to be taught on. And we're going to be talking about hot topics like social media, establishing your value proposition, money management, right? Because once you get the money, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to, go ahead and keep the money coming in? And of course, the little things in real estate, like the lead conversion, lead generating, role plays, everything. We'll even do maybe in the role play session, kick it off with some role plays, right?
Of course. No, this is interactive. That's why I'm telling you, man, you have not seen anything like this. And you know what? It's been a long 24 months that I've been waiting to launch this. And as a matter of fact, if you are in a service business that can, if your audience is real estate and business people, if you are an entrepreneur out there and your audience, let's put your link in the comments, Talia, so people can reach out to you and start. You guys want to, you guys want to grab your seat, because this is going to be limited to 30 people. I'm only opening it up for 30 people. Imagine we've got 7,000 real estate agents in our association, and it used to be 9,000, but a whole bunch of them didn't make enough money to be able to pay their dues, which are about $1,000 a year. I mean, we're talking about $90 a month, and they didn't make enough money to be able to do that. And that's why I said, you know what? Yes, this is a new market. I'm a trailblazer. I'm a hunter. I told Dalia, when did we start our 90-day run in January? Do you remember? I
Uh,
remember, but I want to see what you say.
I believe it was the 22nd or
The
something like that.
16th of January.
16th.
The 16th of January. I got a good memory, but I like, hey, listen, I'm I'm a trailblazer. If you're looking for one of those wishy-washy bologna and cheese, peanut butter and jelly trainings, don't come to the mastermind, because this is for guerrilla marketers. This is for guerrilla people. This is for lions out there in the marketplace. This is, I want to surround myself with people that are hungry and ready to hunt. But if you are a business person and your audience is the real estate community, we just locked in our two affiliates that are going to be showcasing the most phenomenal topics in this 12-week series, and we've got room for more. So reach out to us if you want to be one of our affiliate partners. If you want to be in front of an audience of 30, I know, if I have to open up more seats, I will. But right now, we want to launch just to 30. We want this to be intimate.
Starting
We want this to
group
be
to
up close
17.
and personal. We want this to.
Sorry.
Talia's getting ready to go to an appointment at one of her properties, so she's getting her. Guys, it is hunting season. Everybody, write in the comments right now. Southwest Florida Real Estate and Business Academy. My friends that are joining me. It is hunting season. We cannot be high level performers going 10 miles an hour down I-75, It takes 36 contacts. It takes 36 touches right now with potential customers. The problem is you don't know what to do in those 36 touches. So everybody's just reaching out to people 3 or 4 times and saying, oh, this lead is no good. No, it is good. You need to level up. You need to rise up. You need to build up your skill set. You need to get out of your comfort zone and get hungry and determine, you know what, I'm going to win. I'm going to win, man. I'm tired of playing small. I'm tired of making the Walmart money. I am tired of seeing, other people scale, and I'm sitting here in pre-K, and I just want to, I want to grow. So if that's you, click the link. That is Talia's link. So you'll get to be one of her guests. I want to see Talia. Listen, I am determined to use everything that I've learned in 23 years to build the most top level performers. And you know what? I'm not going for top producers. I'm going for underdogs. And that's where my power is at. Because everybody wants to go for top producers. Once somebody starts closing a deal or two, or they see them on social media, they start, what do you call that, Talia? When somebody's trying to date you, what do you call that? What do you guys call that?
Trying to
They're
slide
lurking, they're watching, they're
slide in
getting
the
your
DMs.
radar. Hey,
Yeah.
what you been up to? But where was that person when you were down and out and didn't know which way to go and start? And that's where I come in and I say, you know what? I'm looking for underdogs. I'm looking for people that no one's paying attention to, so you can become the next rock star. You can become the next real estate superstar. Top producers, I'm not saying I won't work with you, but my focus is in the underdog. You know why? Because I remember when I was an underdog and nobody would pay attention to me. And sadly enough, our industry does not have enough leaders that are willing to go for the underdogs. Let me tell you something. I said it at Vision Builders, and I'll close out with this. I'll let Talia say her last few words if she wants to. I'm going for my second mountain of success, and it's one hand up, one hand down. Do you remember what that means, Talia? One hand up, one hand down?
As you're going up, you're bringing the other person behind you.
Yes, I'm reaching up, but I'm reaching down.
Mhm.
For those agents that are out there that have the potential and don't have the leadership, don't have the leadership to show them the way, and they are floundering and floating in the red ocean of competition in real estate and business right now, because it's tough out there. It is tough out there. If you don't know how to navigate these waters, you will get swallowed up because you don't have time to prepare now. It's too
That's right.
late.
Yeah.
So Talia, close us out. I know you got to go.
Yes. Well, I just want to say if anyone is, ever feels the way I felt today and want, some advice or want to reach out to me, feel free to reach out to me. I mean, I'm still a student myself and I'm learning from the best in the game. So I just want to say, come. Get your seats, secure your seats because it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a summer of skill set. So why not start now? Continue to grow, learn, and align yourself with some good leaders like Lucy Q.
Let's build community. And you know what? This is open to everyone. I don't care what company you work for, what logo you represent, what franchise you represent, what affiliation you have. This is open to absolutely everyone. So we'll see you guys. We kick it off April 4th. You don't want to miss it. Bye, Tali.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Share this with a friend.